Welcome to this discussion and thank you for always joining us. We are looking at a quadratic equation by completing square method. But before we look at this question, if you have just come across this channel for the first time and you haven't subscribed, kindly consider giving us your subscription. The question we have is 2x squared minus 6x minus 2 being equal to 0. And we are supposed to solve that using completing square method. So the first step in solving this question is to make sure that the coefficient of x squared or the quadratic term is 1, and therefore we are going to start by dividing by 2 all through. The reason why we are dividing by 2 is to make sure that the coefficient of x squared or the quadratic term is 1. So if you divide 2x squared by 2, we are going to be left with x squared minus 6x divided by 2, you get minus 3x. Then of course negative 2 divided by 2, you get minus 1. And this one will be equal to 0 since 0 divided by 2, you get a 0. The second step is to make sure that the constant c moves to the other side of the equal sign. Therefore, we are going to have x squared minus 3x being equal to negative 1 crosses the equal sign and becomes positive 1. After that, now we add b over 2 squared on both sides. We move down and have x squared minus 3x. We add b over 2 squared on both sides, and therefore we are going to have b being negative 3 divided by 2 we square, and this one will be equal to 1 plus again b, which is negative 3 divided by 2 then squared. Now we ignore the linear term, then we connect the two squares. We are going to have x, this one is going to be minus 3 over 2, we put it under 1 square because both of them are squared, and this one will be equal now to 1 plus, this one will be 1, we add negative 3 squared is 9, divided by 2 squared is 4. In this case, we are going to have x minus 3 over 2 squared being equal to 1 plus 9 over 4, we are going to have 3 and a quarter, translating to 13 divided by 4. If you take the square root, taking the square root on both sides, we are going to have x minus 3 over 2 squared being equal to x minus 3 over 2, and this one is going to be equal to the square root of 13 divided by 4. Then you get the square root, you get 1.8. But remember, the square root of a number is plus or minus. Do not forget that. In this case, we are going to have x being equal to, if we move negative 3 to this other side, we are going to have positive 1.5 as a decimal, then plus or minus 1.8. In this case, the first value of x is going to be equal to 1.5 plus 1.8, which gives us giving us 3.3, and the other value of x will be equal to 1.5 minus 1.8, giving us negative 0.3, and this becomes the solutions for our question. Thank you for watching and welcome to this channel. And in case you are watching this for the first time, kindly consider giving us your subscription.